What up, y'all? So, welcome back. And, judging from the title of this video, or whatever I name it, I'm gonna be talking about my secret side hustle while I play some Celeste. So, let's get to it. So, everybody's got like different ideas of a side hustle. It could be like, like your typical selling drugs, or like people just like selling a product or something. It could really be anything. Now me, I'm not gonna be doing none of that, bro. I think that's like basic stuff. Well, I mean, mine might be basic too, but I think it's just not the first thing that would come to people's minds when it comes to a side hustle. What the fuck is happening? Alright, anyways. So my secret side hustle, hear me out, I would do cosplaying. Now, it's not just gonna be, any regular cosplay, like, well, it is, but what I mean to say is, like, I'm not gonna be dressing up as like no guy characters. Nah, bro, I don't be doing that here. I'm gonna be dressing up as female characters, bro, whether it be from some like anime or from some game. That's what I'm gonna be doing, and I think I can really pull it off if I think hard enough, or whatever. Alright, like I said, hear me out, okay? Hear me out. Like, you just gotta think about it. Think about, the amount of people that are into that, there's a lot of cosplayers on the internet out there who have like, a decent amount of following, and they be making money too. I don't know how, but they be making money. So anyways, that would be my side hustle. I would genuinely cosplay as female characters, for the sake of some money. But here's the thing. You're probably thinking, oh, but aren't people just gonna find like you're a guy, and they might get turned off by that? Well, that's true, but I'm just not gonna show my face. I'm gonna do like whatever I can, or I'm just gonna hide my face the whole time, and then everything else is up to the fit and how I present myself. I'm not gonna be doing no like slutty pose. I don't know if I can do that. I actually might have to, but anyways, anyways, yeah, that's just what I do. Like I said, it's gonna be, there's a lot of people that are into cosplaying, guys or girls, and they're gonna be taking inspiration from them. Now, I don't know if my shit is gonna be as good as like, the elites out there, because I'm really not good at like making shit. So I'm probably just gonna order like everything, like every fit and stuff, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. I'm pretty sure there's some like good places out there. I think like them Chinese websites have some pretty good stuff. They can have pretty good clothes in general too. Honestly, I need to get on that method. Like, what's that website called? Like Taobao? Yeah, I could probably find some good shit there. Anyways, yeah, so that's the side hustle. Now here's the process. Here's the process of what's gonna happen. It's just gonna start, normal cosplay shit. I'm just gonna be posting pictures, see how that does, see if I'm getting traction or not. And obviously, if I'm barely getting anything, I'm gonna have to like, take it a step further, but not too far. You know, I'm not trying to fully sell myself out. I don't think this is selling myself out. It's pretty much just like, you know, it's like Halloween. You know, in Halloween you dress up as whoever you want to be. Well, as long as it's not nothing crazy. But yeah. So yeah, that's the whole premise, right? I'm gonna be cosplaying as some sort of female character. Like, I could even do this Celeste character, however the fuck she looks like. I probably won't do that. I think it's definitely easier to do like anime characters, you know, like a whole dress, or like a skirt or some shit, and you just gotta hide your face, wear a wig, boom. Or you know how some people they just show their body, and then they have they put like the character's like head and face on top of the body, as if, you know, covering their head as if it's like connected. You know what I mean? Yeah, I think that's like it's a pretty simple and clever way to do it. What the fuck is happening? So anyways, yeah, I'm gonna be doing that. I'm gonna be getting some traction, and then, you know, we're gonna skip all that, you know, like grind, because right now it's gonna get to some point where I'm gonna start like slowly revealing bits and pieces, or like I'm gonna slowly like start doing things where it's like people are gonna doubt the fact that they're gonna start doubting like if I'm a girl, if that's the impression that I was able to give off in the first place. Hold on, I'm trying to focus. So anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I'm gonna be, you know, like slowly giving hints that I'm not a girl, and I'm like actually a boy, and then it's gonna spark some discourse, you know, where, you know, hopefully I'm like, you know, I've got like, you know, a decent amount of following where people are gonna be able to start like discussing about me, and they're gonna, you know, it's gonna start with one post. You know, even I might spark the fire myself, whatever the saying is, and it's gonna be like, oh, it's gonna start with a picture of myself, and then it's gonna be like, hey, do y'all think this person's a guy or girl? And it's gonna start, you know, some whole, it's gonna start some whole investigation. You know, people are gonna be like really looking at my shit, and then at the height of it all, at the peak of the mystery, you know, suspense, I'm gonna just come out. I'll just put out like a tweet, you know, responding to everything, and I'm gonna just be like, I'm a girl, or no. I'm gonna say I'm a guy. That's what I'm gonna say. What the fuck is this? Oh, okay. Yo, what the hell is happening? Okay, but anyways, what was I saying? Oh yeah, so I was saying that I'm gonna come out, you know, at the end of it all, I'm gonna come out with like a tweet or whatever, and I'm gonna just say, I'm a guy. That's all it's gonna say. That's all it's gonna say, and then that's gonna spark even more discourse, and then, you know, depending on, you know, my following already, you know, I'm either gonna gain more followers or whatever, or I'm gonna lose followers. And, you know, but at the same time, you know, I think in today's world, you know, we've gotten to that point where, you know, people are, you know, there's like a lot of guys out there dressing up as females, and it's starting to become a norm, right? So then it's gonna be like a perfect mix, a perfect balance of gaining and losing. So really, am I losing anything? Nah. In fact, I think I'll be gaining something from it. You know, that whole situation, if it causes to if it happens to blow up and become like some topic that people just be talking about, and I'm gonna get rich from that. So yeah, that would be my secret side hustle. I'm gonna cosplay as a girl, or I'm cosplay as like female characters. I'm gonna pretend to be a girl. I'm gonna slowly make myself out as a guy, and then you know it's gonna be peak, bro. It's gonna be absolute cinema. Alright, so anyways, that's pretty much it. That's my side hustle. You know, cosplaying, pretend to be a girl. You know, some shit happens. People start to discuss whether I'm a guy or a girl. I'm gonna come out and say I'm a guy, and if people are gonna choose to believe that or not, it's gonna be some crazy shit. And I'm gonna say it now. If you think I'm joking about any of this, fuck no. I'm serious about this shit, bro. I would genuinely cosplay if I really needed money badly. Sure, it's gonna cost me a lot, maybe, to get the costumes and stuff, but it's an investment, you know. The return is gonna be big. So yeah, that's it for today.